Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Tanks. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we have Prokhorovka Knight and a challenge that was issued. And the challenge was to get in the Tier 3 German artillery piece, the Sturmpanzer Bison, which comes with a 15-centimeter cannon. And the reason I call it a cannon is because if you look inside the tank, it is literally a cannon mounted on top of a moving chassis. Complete with wheels and all. That's why the sides of this tank has such a weird look to it. But it is literally a cannon inside. But anyway, so the challenge was set out to be the Bison Tier 3 German artillery piece, and to use the second ammo type, which is actually the more damaging of the two high explosive shells, and it also comes with a heat shell. Why you would ever use a heat shell at this point in the game is beyond me. There's no real need for it, but we're not going to do that anyway. We're going to use the second high explosive round, which is not a premium high explosive at all. And what you're going to see me do is I'm going to test my range, because I've never played this tank. This is literally the first map, and I don't have very far range. And then I've got to figure out my shots and everything, because like I said, this is the first time I've played this tank. And you'll see me start to get frustrated early on, because everybody I aim at gets melted immediately. And that's what happens in these low tier games. That's why it's so hard to get good games in an arty in a low tier match. Because everybody you shoot at just gets blown up before you get a chance to hit them. So the first thing that I notice on this tank is that the shell velocity is very slow. So even at short ranges, it's taking forever to get there. Generally speaking, that means it's got a really high firing arc. I don't know right off the top, but I would say that's probably the case here too, because of the limited range. Because if you start thinking about other tanks in this tier as far as arties go, you'll start realizing that there are several that have almost crossed the map, cross the map hitting potential at this point. But this is not one of them. However, this is a relatively accurate arty, and as long as I don't screw everything up every time, I should be able to do pretty well. Now, it's got a similar aim time to my Tier 9 arty, which is about 8 seconds, which is an eternity when you're dealing with tanks this small. And there you see me one-shot the guy on the move. That was very good. Now I'm starting to get my mojo, and again, I'm going to test my range, see where I'm at. Okay, now we've got a light tank back on this side, so I'm zooming in. And hopefully he sits right there. Shot out. Kaboom. 2 shots, 2 kills. Now we're definitely on a roll. Alright, so now that the right side has been dealt with, I'm going to move left. And this becomes a very, very good thing very quickly, because I managed to sneak by without getting detected on all of this. And as you can see, we currently have the lead. I say currently because it's not going to stay that way for very long, because our guys start doing YOLOs into the base of the other's team, and that doesn't do them so well. So we're going to ride up this side of the train tracks, even though I probably should have went the other side. I'm just driving right now in arty mode, trying to get enough range to actually be able to hit those targets they're lighting up, because I just don't have the range to do that. So I see their arty is right on their base, or at least one of their 3 arties are. And now you can see that they currently have the lead, due to the fact that they've completely suicided themselves on the backside of the base. And now we've got another medium who just drove straight into their base with all these bad guys around. And then I shot hoping he would back up, and I completely missed. So that was my fault. Alright, so now it is 4 versus 5. Still anybody's ball game. Nothing's over until it's over. We've got an arty and a medium on the right side. And you can see I'm starting to get frustrated with this tank's very narrow gun traverse. It's like 5 degrees. It's really bad. I mean, you're constantly blooming back out, which is not what you want to do in an arty. And you're about to see it happen again. There it is. The dreaded bloom. And he dies before I could ever get a shot on him. So this is one of those tanks where you pretty much have to know exactly where your enemy's going to pop up and be at least turned that direction. Otherwise, you're pretty much screwed. Alright, so right now it's 4v4. Still anybody's ball game. But you'll notice that we moved up to the left side, up right next to the hill. And watch that right side. And there's nothing I can do about it. Because by the time I can even look that direction, he's already done what he was trying to do. Alright, so now we see one of their arties is at, it looks like J4. Their tank destroyer is at J4, or J3. I'm zooming in, zooming in, zooming in. Shot out. And I miss. And that's what happens sometimes. He sat there long enough for me to get it. Now, it's now 3-3. Now, I see that the tank destroyer is moving back towards the left side. He just saw an arty round come in, I guarantee it. So he knows where our arty is, or at least one of them. And he's going to try to flank our arty, which is probably going to succeed. It's 3v3, so I've got to make something happen. Now here's this special kind of individual in a full health medium, and he is literally just sitting here shooting the train over and over again. All these explosions you see is my teammate just shooting the train rather than doing anything that would help the team. So I'm going to take this as it's only me. I need to get something. I need to make it happen. So I'm going to go up here. I'm going to use the new bridge to my advantage. I'm going to sneak around and I'm going to watch for arty. I'm going to see if I can't catch both of their arties slipping. That's the goal. So I'm going to go under the bridge and then I'm going to look left to make sure there's no arties hiding in the arty hole. And it doesn't seem that there is. And then I'm going to go straight to. Now, a lot of people would make a mistake here and drive straight through the base. All you do when you do that is give away your location, and I don't want to do that at this point. There are still 3 tanks, and we only had 2. So I need to make sure that I can get around the base, which they leave you just enough room to do, without even touching that circle. Because if you touch the circle, the alarms go off, and people start like trying to kill you. Alright, so now I've spotted a Bison. And I'm zooming in. I've got camo net up, so I'm not being spotted, and I'm parked in a bush. So I'm going to put the shot just ahead of his position. And I splash behind him. Now, because this tank reloads relatively quickly, I can put another shot on him before he gets away. Because he's not the fastest tank in the world either. So shot out, and we kill him. So we managed to get 2 shots out there. Now I'm going to move up again. And I spot the other arty down to my right. So now, I don't know when exactly this guy realizes he gets spotted, but he makes the wrong move. Instead of turning to shotgun me, he turns to run away. Never turn and run, because you'll just die tired. At the last second, he did try to turn towards me, but it was too late. 15 centimeter cannon coming straight at him. Alright, so now it is 2v1. I've returned the tide. I'm going to go up here to the center hill to see if I can't spot this tank destroyer. I turn to the left because I know he was on the left. And Nothing. Nothing. Alright, as soon as we get to the top, pow! I get 6 cents and I spot their tank destroyer off to my right. Now, this guy, believe it or not, knows what he's doing. I mean, he obviously knows what he's doing. He's killed a few of our tanks, and I've killed a few of his tanks. So we are the two most experienced people in this game. And it's come down to a duel between me and him. Now, I could probably one-shot him, but I don't want to take that chance. I've got an extra team, I've got an extra person on my team. So, he started moving and is in a great place to flank this tank destroyer. So I keep telling him, follow me, and I keep rolling up, spotting the tank destroyer to keep him right in front of me because I don't want him sneaking off and getting behind me. And I keep telling him, requesting fire, because that medium would be shooting him in the backside right now. All he'd have to do is move up. But this is where you start getting frustrating teammates, because this guy sat there shooting the train the entire time, and now I actually could use his help, and he's in a decent spot, but he hasn't taken any shots at all at this tank destroyer. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to bait the tank destroyer up so that that medium can get shots. And there you go. The medium just took a shot at him. He missed. Okay, well now that 75 tank destroyer knows exactly what I'm doing, and he's not about to repeat the same mistake, or at least not yet. So he knows he got away with one there, and he knows he's got the gun to be able to do something. He could kill both of us easily. So he turns around, and I try to pull off a clutch shot on him, which you can see that gun traverse just really hurting me right now. And the shot ended up splashing just in front of him. I get to the backside of the hill again. I'm reloading. He starts charging me because he knows I've got a pretty long reload time because I'm an arty. However, it's not as long as he thinks it is. And he pulls up to get me, and that medium puts a shot right in his backside. Now I know I can one-shot him, but he can also one-shot me. He comes over, and I get the kill for 28 damage. So, yeah, so that's the Bison challenge. I think I did all right. 5 kills, 8 hits. We did 566 damage, so not too bad, but top of the leaderboard. So if you like what I'm doing, punch that like button. Leave a comment below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.